Hey everyone, hope you're all doing well. I've really struggled this week. I've had toothache, I've had an infection in my gum. I've been in agony. I had a real big problem getting a dentist. They're like hen's teeth dentist appointments in England. But yeah, our friend here, Sean Hawkins, can't help his son trolling people, and he's trolled me hard over the last few days. So I thought we'd name and shame some of his sock accounts. So before we get to that, I've also heard on grapevine that he's been making fun out at Whale Talk. So here's a little history lesson about where I'm from, Sean.
About 1,000 pickets and their families gathered close to the entrance of Cordon Wood. It was, they said, a display of solidarity and pride. And like so many other demonstrations during the last 12 months, their presence was matched by a big police turnout. The pickets had arrived to prove they weren't defeated, a view echoed by their colleagues at the hut known as the Alamo on the official picket line.
Strike's got to finish sometime, and we'll go back down the pit and we'll fight it a different way.
Why has it happened, do you think? Why are you having to go back now?
Well, it's these scabs who's drifting back to it, as you know. There's a lot going back, and if it continued, we'll be in a minority. But we're going back in a majority.
And you've been working alongside some of these men, of course. How do you
I feel very bitter against them. I shan't talk to them at all, these scabs, because I've always been brought up to respect a picket line, me, and I shall never cross a picket line, because it has always been the trade union policy. Anybody who crosses a picket line is a scab, and be a scab for the rest of their life.
Are you saddened by what's happened?
Yeah, very hurt.
Do you feel in any way that you've wasted your time for the last year?
No, if it started again tomorrow, and I knew how it was going to happen, I'd still do the same thing. Because I really believe in what I'm fighting for.
The pickets were joined by their wives, who marched past the pit entrance to lend more support. The police line opened briefly to allow them in. Today's demonstration was a final act of defiance before the return to work. But with no settlement and no amnesty in sight, it could well mark the start of more troubles in the Yorkshire coalfield.
Well, I won't like the decision, but yes, if they advise it, yes, I will.
But if that is the case, I mean, then isn't the strike lost?
No.
Why not?
Well, we might have lost this round, but we haven't lost the battle.
So what is there still to... I mean, would you be in favour, then, of actually staying out?
Yes, as long as it takes.
But what would be gained by staying out? I mean, what do you think you've gained by being out for 12 months here?
Well, I mean, we're fighting for his lives. I mean, what can you do? When you get a clown like that, she's ripped the country right from head to foot, she's ripped it apart. He's done more damage to this country than Hitler did with his flying bombs.
But do you think that the future of this pit, which after all is what you're all concerned about, is any more secure now on the basis that you've been out for 12 months and it was the day you started?
Well, they said there's 5 years' work left in this pit. Then they give us 5 weeks to more or less to say get out. So, I mean, you know, who's telling the truth what they're doing? We've got this pit open again, haven't we? But we've got to think of these lads, there's about 800 over this 12 months who are decent law-abiding citizens, and yet through this this woman's cause, this evil bitch's cause, and she's made them criminals.
Well, let me put the point to you. Do you think... Obviously, you're all of one mind on that, but I mean, do you think that your jobs are actually any safer now than the day you started a year ago?
I don't think they are. Well, I don't personally, but what it proves to me is, after all this time and all this length of time, is that it's just not our jobs and it's just not our pit. It's not even our industry. There ain't even a single industry in the country that's safe. And there ain't anybody who can sit back and say, well, it's OK, I'll follow what government says and I'll do as it says and my job will be safe, because it's not true.
So as far as you're concerned, then, the strike is not over, the things you fought for is not over?
Because what we're fighting for is a principle, and that principle is right to every man, is to work. And if he don't, he ain't got that right and he ain't got that thing behind him, then it makes no worthwhile because she's just taking everything away.
What has been very significant, though, here in Yorkshire, as indeed many of the coalfields, of course, is the role which the women have played. What do you think, actually, this last 12 months has done to this community? Has it divided it irreversibly, or has it, in fact, united it in some strange way?
United it, it's out to do, isn't it? Because everybody's out to work with each other. Everybody's out to help each other. If it hadn't been for women, not just in this community, in all coalfields, there wouldn't have been a strike for 12 months. And let me just tell you this, that if it's left to women, they can go on for another 12 months because there's no way is that bitch. What she don't realise is she is a bitch. She doesn't care about anybody. And that's the difference between her and us. I've been called a bitch, I've been called everything, but I care. She doesn't. She's got everything she wants. All we want is the right to work.
But you obviously won't understand what you've done this last 12 months and why you feel very strongly about it. But the question I think many people watching will want to know is, how have you really advanced your cause, even though you've been united and solid? How have you advanced your cause? How have you made things any safer, any better here?
Well, I don't know what you mean, how have we made things safer and better. It'll never be better while we've got her. The thing is, we've worked. We've worked to feed us families, to keep us families together, body and soul. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah, I grew up in a village where miners' strike started when government decided to shut all mines in England and not had any money. And there were, picket line was somewhere here. You'll see this is where a lot of clash went off with police and miners, and I went to this infant school here. So this all happened in around, I think it was 1984, funnily enough. I was 5-year-old and my mum was taking me down to infant school and I could see all police rioting with miners. Yeah, opened my eyes at a young age that government in for the people, that government do lie, government do cover things up, you know. So yeah, just thought I'd share that with you, Sean, you know, bit of history. So yeah, Sean, I come from a small mining village in South Yorkshire, that's north of England, and that's just how we talk. I can't help it. You want to make fun on it, that's up to you, mate. But I'm not ashamed of how I talk. I mean, look at you, pal. You look like a caveman. Looking at you, I can really think that humans did evolve from monkeys. I think you weren't missing link, mate. Anyway, let's get on to some of your socks, you stupid man. Right, so all these socks I'm going to show you are all probably Sean's socks. Because there ain't this many people all think Sean's smart enough to be able to debunk out. So yeah, we've got a sad, twisted old, scruffy old man hiding behind loads of sock accounts, bigging himself up, trying to make out that loads of people agree with him, man. It's pathetic. But anyway, I'm going to fly through these because I don't want this to be a long video. Truth Matters, Sean's sock. ME, Sean's sock. Mighty Mice, Sean's sock. Chupa Chup, Sean's sock. Thomas Matthew, Sean's sock. Igor Grucic, whatever he's called, I think he's a sock, but I'm not sure. And then when you start banning them off your channel, they just pop up on other people's videos like Flatzoy's videos and start trying to troll me. Candid, Sean's sock. Nobel Prize. Don't know if it's Sean's sock, but it's definitely a sock. Ban all these sock accounts. Don't argue with them. Don't entertain them. They're not real people. Just ban them. Sean's sock. Trolling me on a different video. Dave Angel talking about being a sailor and all this business. Let's have a quick look at his channel because I haven't blocked him yet. dear, what a surprise. Joined 2021. No content. Claims he's been a sailor all his life. You'd think there'd be some videos or some pictures of him on a boat. Dave Angel. Sean's sock, probably. You were going, mate. Are you kidding me? Commented. A new top left nominee. Obviously, one of either Craig or Toon's socks. Top left nominee. Can you remember when you went on Nathan's show to do your top left award? When you should have been proving your globe? Clown. Sean Hawkins. Do you know if you looked in dictionary for troll, you'd find a picture of Sean Hawkins in it. He's feeble at best. He's been proven more times to be dishonest. He double speaks. He proves he don't understand things in his comments. Give him enough rope. He'll debunk his sen. It's pathetic. You know when you've been proven wrong and shown that you're wrong and been caught out lying and double speaking, you can't just carry on, Sean, as though no it's happened. You're done. You should disappear into distance, mate. You're pathetic. You've lost. You can't defend your faith. You've no clue what you're talking about. You're just a plonker. Here's some examples of what I'm talking about.
Have you done the Polaris Challenge? Polaris Challenge, with the Polaris Challenge, you can put it whatever height you want. What?
Oh wow, a Polaris Challenge. Can I participate? Can you tell me the rules a little bit?
Whatever height you want it. Put it as far away as you want or close as you want. All that matters is it's not close.
You confuse me, Sean, because now you say two different things.
Or close as you want. All that matters is it's not close.
Which one is it, Sean?
Put it as far away as you want or close as you want. It's up to you. All that matters is it's not close. You can make it whatever height you want. It's up to you. All that matters is it's not close.
Do you understand, Sean? When I change the height, I change automatically the altitude, and then the altitude don't match the latitude anymore. Do you understand, Sean? When I'm on the 10th latitude north, I see Polaris at 10 degrees above the horizon, and I cannot change the height, of course, because then I automatically change the altitude, and I don't see it at 10 degrees above the horizon anymore. Do you understand that?
Put Polaris somewhere on that vertical line. And then you draw lines from Polaris to each one of those marks you made. Now the goal is that each one of those marks is going to be 10 degrees. So it's 90 right at the line. Then you got 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, and 10. And then 0 at the equator. Now the object is to make where those lines hit, each one of those places, make the angle that you've drawn that line match. So, but I mean, you can triangulate it. You can, you can triangulate it. You can triangulate it. That's the challenge.
I love challenges. Let me see. Let me have a look at the celestial data. Use Nautical-Office. I'm here at the 10th longitude north. I'm here at the 10th latitude north on the prime meridian. And here I'm 180 degrees at the opposite side. Exactly on the same time. Polaris have an altitude of +9 and an azimuth of 0.3. Prime meridian at the 10th latitude north. Oh, here the altitude is 10 and an azimuth of 359.7. So there's about 1.10 degrees difference in those lines, and they become wider. So I cannot triangulate them, it seems. And the longer I make them, the wider they become. This is what happened on a flat plane, the so-called Gleason's map, on a 10th latitude north, 180 degrees opposite from each other. We are a little bit off, but it only triangulates when you model it up on the same latitudes.
I think the earth is flat. The Bible says it. But again, it's up to you to prove that Polaris, the angles to it, match latitude. That's the challenge. That's what the Polaris challenge is for you to prove Polaris, the angles to Polaris can work on a flat earth. It doesn't matter how high. So, but I mean, you can triangulate it. You can you can triangulate it. I can reference science to back up any claim I have. And most claims I have, I've verified it myself. The Polaris challenge. How high is Polaris? I don't have to measure it. I can go by what the professionals have done. And it adds up to way, 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 way far away. It really doesn't matter how far away it is. It only matters that it's really far and it's not close.
Sorry Sean, I think you are the winner. I cannot model it up. Those lines don't triangulate. So I pronounce you the winner of this challenge. But I read you modeled it up in 3 different ways. Can you show me how you model? Because I want to see that. And did you use official data?
So, but I mean, you can triangulate it. You can, you can triangulate it.
Do you still have those models?
Dude, I've challenged you to the Polaris challenge, but I challenge you to the Polaris challenge. 100% of people have backed out of it and turned it down. Can't get one of you guys to take the Polaris challenge. That's been a 100% failure on your part. You're terrified of that. Confirmation with the angles of Polaris, I'm wrong about anything. And unbiased, indoctrinated, and deluded, while I've proven that every word I say is a lie. It's pseudoscientific mumbo jumbo. There's a wobble to it. It's horseshit.
Alrighty Sean, now it's your turn to show your modeling skills.
And this is based on what we see in reality. See Polaris out on the horizon. Out
Nice model. Is this your model?
here. Right? That's where you see it. Here, right here. There's Polaris.
No, that's an object you just grabbed from your table.
It's at the horizon when you're looking at.
You're good at models. Oh wow, star trails at the equator. Oh wow. With Polaris just above the horizon. Nice model, Sean.
The equator. See how the stick right there is pointing straight at it? But it's not at the equator. It's out here.
Interesting model with Polaris on about a 50 latitude. Is that Polaris's new location? Maybe you should hold your pipe a little bit lower towards the North Celestial Pole.
And then I made this piece to fit this piece.
Oh, you're modeling the flat Earth now. And the angles to Polaris on those latitudes. triangulate to Polaris. Huh. And when you model it up like a globe, it never triangulate.
This could have been any size.
One of your claims was triangulation, piece of shit. And now suddenly not in the angles to Polaris. What you think angles are?
How high is Polaris? Well, you can. How do you know how high it is? Well, you can triangulate it. So, I mean, you can triangulate it if you want. That's how they've done it.
So we can try to triangulate it because that's how they done it. Well, I want you to do it because it's impossible, idiot. And what kind of dumb fuck you are? If you try to explain me shit with Polaris, you're just an imbecile. I already showed that many months ago. Angles to Polaris. Look, I explained to people on all maps that you cannot triangulate Polaris. So you want people to triangulate Polaris on a flat map? Well, you cannot even do that yourself. You're just a moronic piece of trash. Fucker. You see that? Here, also from your two friends, Ronnie and Jason, but it seems you're equally stupid. You just say stuff that you cannot back up. You suck them from your thumb, but I'm going to use that in videos, so always be careful what you say, you moronic piece of trash. Inbred. Are you backing out now, Sean? Piece of shit. So flat earthers must model a Polaris on a flat map. And then you say it cannot be triangulated and don't work on a flat earth. But here you say you cannot triangulate it. So you cannot triangulate it on a globe or a flat earth. You're just an inbred imbecile.